So now we're talking about the level of Memalekol Almin, which is in Bri Yitzira Asiya. We said from Malchus, there's two levels, the Pnimius and the Chitzonius. The Pnimius, Malchus itself becomes an Atik, becomes a Malchus is a Keser, which Hashpoah comes in a way of Mereimim. And then we're talking about now the Hashpoah Pnimius, which from the Chitzonius Malchus, everything comes down in a level Lifi Erech, the Kalim, Lifi Erech, the vessel. So, and he'll speak about the same thing here. And within Atzilus is also we have from Malchus the Yisov to Atzilus, just like right now we're talking of Malchus of Atzilus relative to Biyah. Kemoi Choel Nispoil Be'ava. Kemoi Michoel Nispoil Be'ava. Michoel, he is excited with level of love, level of Ava. The Tachtov underneath the Malach Michoel, there's a lot more Malachim. Is the Riva voice? Alofi Madregas. There are 10,000 levels. There's a whole lot of levels. Why? Chesed itself is split into 10. And within, in other words, Chesed Shebechesed, Vura Shebechesed, Umeyud Liyud, and each of these 10 itself is split into 10. And each one of those chulu, etc. So it's split up to thousands and thousands of levels. That's the level of Ava, level of Michoel. And likewise is the level of fear, the level of Yira of Gabriel, also has the level of Yira and thousands underneath it. Each and every one of the angels of the different levels, according to their grasp, that's how the excitement is. This is what's called the shir, the song that the malachim say every day. It means that always they're singing before Hashem. That song is the level of excitement that they have. That's the expression comes through the song. As our sages of blessed memories say, this is a Mishnah. It says, Kol Balei Hashir Yoitzim Bishir. So the Balei Hashir is talking about what you can go on Shabbos, a behemoth, but it's metaphorically, it's applied to the idea that if you sing, you expire with the song, which means the malachim that are singing, the shir, yoitzim. Yoitzim means they go out of themselves, of the kele, through the song. Pirush. Yoitzim ha'kli shalahem, they leave, they go out of their vessel, migoidel ha'ispilus, from that great excitement, alidei hasagosom, ba'evin egniflochulu, by understanding with this wondrous type of a delight that they have. V'hashir hu milmata l'mayla b'b'chinas ha'la. The song is from below to above its elevation. V'davke b'chol echad v'echad lefi madregos hasagosei, and specifically each individual, each one and one, according to their level, step of understanding, so they say the shira. As it's written about this in the Pasik, B'Shemachiv Yuval, Pasik Tzavas B'nai Yisrael Chulus HaKevas Echad. The Kol Zeh, so all this is B'B'chinas B'Malakul Alma. That's the level of Malakul Alma, which means the Hainu B'Chinas Malchus Da Atzilus. Shenase atik yoimim lebri chule becomes a keser to bria. That's the chitzonius of malchus, which comes down and becomes a keser to bria, and from there it comes the level of ishtalshlus and the level of malkulam. So we learned about the soiv of kolam, and that's what the pnimis of malchus itself. That's the level aroy mimcha, the level of exalted. And here, then we have the level of malkulam. Here we discussed how Malchus Atzilus has these two levels in reference its relationship to Biyah. Same thing he's going to say is the Malchus de Ein Sof in relationship with Atzilus. Komikein Yuvan Gam be'olam Hatzilus. Also in Atzilus we understand. Sheyeshom Gam ke b'mchinas malal derech zeh. Over there's also a level of memala similar to this, which is measured according to all the spheres. It's similar, but it's on a higher level. It's at the level of Atzilus. The Hainu, what it is the Hainu, B'chinas ha'oras hakav ha'chut shemeir me'erin sof achar ha'tzimtzum. That is the shine of that kav and chut, which we say that after the tzimtzum, the Eibishter made a mokum ponui. So there was a cholol. And then he was mamshich into that cholol, that kav and the chut. Shemeir me'erin sof achar ha'tzimtzum. After the tzimtzum, there is a kav and the chut. And in all of the 10 spheres of Atzilus. Each one based relative to its level. As we said before, when we talked about the level of Malchus Atzilus B'Biyah, everybody in the level. V'gam Shom, and also there, Nimshach Mibchinas, Tala Elyon, Hanikra Tala Deloicha. Over there also extends this, the Tal, the supreme, which is called Tal Deloicha, Hamalubash, the Mechas Timochulu, which is dressed up in the Mechas Timo, and that comes down. So what is that? So he says, V'hainu Mibchinas, Malchus de Ein Sof, ksheyored li is b'chinas atik b'atzilus. That is when Malchus de Ein Sof comes down to be an atik in atzilus. B'chinas atik da atzilus, and then the atik of atzilus, the keser of atzilus, the atik of atzilus, meir b'chol atzilus b'chinas memale, that shines in the atzilus in a way that of memale. Like the mon that was absorbed in the limbs, so the Talad de B'doicha is absorbed in Atzilus. Kach, b'chol prote oiros v'kelim da Atzilus, and all the detailed lights and vessels of Atzilus, shenimshach hatal v'bchinas oineg ha'elyon, the dew comes from the level of oineg ha'elyon, shenikra atik da Atzilus. Okay. So now he asks the side question that we were saying the whole time, that Moshe Rabbeinu ate from that Tala de Loicha, when it says Lechem Abirim Ochal Ish, that he ate from the mon. Moshe Amar Lechem Lo Yachalti. But he said, I didn't eat bread. Here we're saying Lechem Abirim, that he didn't eat the bread Ochalish. He ate he ate the mon, but he did eat bread. So he says, Hainu Shaloi Ochal Lechem Gashmi. What he's saying, I didn't eat, he means he didn't eat physical bread. Ela Mibchinas Mon Zeh. He only had this mon Sheniv Levorim that was absorbed in the limbs. As the pasuk says that he ate the lechem abirim, the abirim are the angels. That's the bread that he ate. Sifra Kabbalah is b'sefer tziyune parsha b'shalach. Al posik hinni mamtlechem lechem neshamoyim. Mashepirish b'plukta Rabbi Kiva Rabbi Shmuel b'yom Hashom. In the parentheses starts like Sifra Kabbalah. So I don't know, there's something short here, like maybe word, but okay. All right, so now he gives you a kitzer over here also. There's no word kitzer over here, but he says, Akoponim teichana. So now he's telling you the contents of what we discussed before. So he says like this, Kidei lahavin pirush. This is like a kitzur. Later on, I don't know, it doesn't say here kitzur. Kidei lahavin pirush arei mimcha, in order to understand what it means to exalt. So we're going to say exalt means the level of Seviv Kulam. So to go through the level of Mamal, the level of Seviv. So in order to understand the pirush arei mimcha, yesh lahagdim ha'efresh b'mechinas malchus l'shar hamidas da'atzilus. So what is the difference between Malchus and the other Midas of Atzilus? And later on, he actually says the same thing is Malchus Ein Sof. But here, we're talking about the way it's in Atzilus versus Malchus, which becomes removed Arei Mimcha. And then, we call Amidas, Laheichen Shenimshech HaShefa Mahem, Unimshech Derech Kiruv Ilav Alu. From all the Midas where the flow comes from them, comes in a way of close, in a way of ilav olu. Midas hamalchus, but the measure of malchus, that's in a level that is raised and exalted. It's higher in level. B'nimshach mimena hashefa loy al derech ilav olu. The flow does not come by means of an ilav olu, cause and effect. No, it's not ishtalshlus. It's removed. The level of a creation, how does creation comes? That yesh me'ayin, that comes from the level of malchus, right? Because malchus operates that its flow comes in a way not close but removed by exalting. Says achzeu atzmis midas malchus. This is Malchus essence. Our concern is va'orem midazu, but a external, an array from this measure, yoyrid lahoyir b'bchinas pnimis, does go down in a way to sign a pnimis, al derech ila v'olu, like in a way of a cause and effect, v'nikra koyach hapoyel b'nifal, the power of the one effect in the one that is affected. Meaning there is that kiruv, there is the levels that connects. This is the idea of the king ruling with his dibur. That becomes an atik to bria. This is the mon that was extended with the tal. The tal came, beredes atal came the mon. Because that's the beginner's tala, the notif ma'atiko, that's the dew that drips from atik. So this mon becomes munim shemchinis pnimis. That comes in an inner. V'nikra lechem shemalacha shorim oichlim. It's called the bread that they eat it. Ki atal u'bchinas tal oiros talecha. Level of tal is you do. Basically, it means that it comes down in a pnimis. That's the level of Mamal Kulam. Base. Because Bechinas Mamal Kulam, this is all the level of that fills the world by Atzilus B'Biyah, in Atzilus and Biyah. So we have both in Atzilus and Biyah, we have the Koyach HaPoel B'Nifel, Ilav Olu. Bechinas Soive B'Atzilus B'Biyah. But when we talk level of Soive, both in Atzilus and Biyah, Hainu Bechinas Ha'oras Ohr Makif. We're talking about a shine in a makif surrounding way. It doesn't dress up in the world. What does it mean it doesn't dress up? It doesn't mean that it doesn't dress up at all. But rather that it dresses up in a way of obscure. It's there, but you can't see it. That means makif. So in other words, what he's trying to say is that there is an impact from the Seviv Kulam, but the impact is in a hidden way. It's not an open way. It's not in a way of Ishtaushlus. It affects it, but not openly. Like it says, the Gam Bechinas Ohr Makif, Ubali de Chayis. Also, the level of Makif comes to vitalize. it vitalizes just like the light from the inside. It writes over there with regards to the Tzimtzum HaKelim. So it says, the Ohr Pnimi mitzachzeach b'mifnim, v'Ohr Makiv mibachutz, that the light from the inside polishes from the inside, and the Ohr Makiv b'chutz, which means they're both functioning to the Kelim, they each one have it from the inside and the outside. וגם בכמה בית חיים וגם בכמה מקומות בית חיים אבוי שאוהר מקיף גם כבחיים. אך ורק שבחינס מקיף ומחי בהלם. It's only that the makif is hidden. Inyan hachai is behelem. So what is this idea that it vitalizes the vitality that is hidden? The dua bepirush haposik is known to explain the posik. Seems to be this also says it's Hashemayim, Vesaretz, Ani Moli, that what fills the heavens and the earth, level of Ani. What is level of Ani? Ani b'chinas asmi yisalokus. Talking about the essence of Lukus. So that's one part. Well, the Pamim Nemar, but sometimes it says Meloi Kol Ha'aretz Kavode, that the covet of the Eibishter fills the world, not Ani. Kavode she'ein elam b'chinas b'vad. That is not but a ray. So what fills the world? So there is both. There is the level of Ani that fills the world. That's the level of Sefer. The level of Sefer Kula Almim, that vitalizes all the worlds equally. Bilti Chiluk Madregas Klal, without any difference of steps at all. That is the level of exaltness, raised of above. That is the pnimis of Malchus Atzilus. It's not yet a source for Biyah. That is the way Malchus is in essence in its pnimis. Like we say, Hamelech Hamreima. He's a king which is exalted. And therefore, in the level where Hashem is exalted, then there is no differences because everybody, like the small, like the big, everybody is the same. And this is the Pasuk Animale. I fill, what does it mean? Fills the heavens equally. I'm a Zebesider Chelik, base safety, Ramaschalovin. Anti Stalik Menayu Shtarochulu, I'm is a Babir Apostle of Yulushmachs. Ach, Shein Chayez Bob Islapshu Betirkol Nivra Befrat. This Chayez does not come dressed up specifically in every creation, as Mala does. Surrounds everybody, all. That's the level of Sovev, the way it functions in Biyah, from the Malchus, as it becomes an Atik to Biyah. Same thing is Bechinas Sovev Kozer, Gambel Matzilus. Also that level of Sovev Matzilus. B'hainu. Before we talked about the Kavachot, that's the Pneumius from the Malchus the Insof. But there's also a Sovev that functions, that comes to Atzilus. B'hainu Bechinas Malchus, the Insof Atzmai. That's the Malchus of Insof itself. Koidem shadis samtzim liyes atik la'atzilus. Before it has contracted to be an atik for Atzilus, which is that took place. The Tzimtzum took place after the Ein Sof was Nisamtzim and it became a Kabachut Achra Tzimtzum. But we're talking about Ein Sof before the Tzimtzum as it functions in Atzilus. But Bechinas Malchus the Ein Sof Umeir Bashvo L'chol HaYishtalshlus. The Atzilus Bri Yitzin Asiyah, that belongs equally to the entire Ishtalshlus. K'meshikosu Beitz Chaim. The Ohr Ein Sof U'Mamale Kol HaCholochu. That In the beginning, it says over there, the Ein Sof would fill the entire cholol, the entire space of the area. But then there was a tzimtzum. But even after the tzimtzum, it shines over there. But in the tzimtzum was nimshach the kabel the level of malchlam. Begam la'achar tzimtzum hanikra mokoim ponui be'emtze yisum. So in the middle, we say that there is a empty space. So what does it mean? It means that it's empty also from the level of soiv that was there l'chatchila, from Malchut Ein Sof. No. In a b'chinas Ein Sof shall lifnei hatzimtzum nikra b'chinas soiv lahakif kol hacholo b'shvachas k'neida b'dainamei. So it actually from the level of soiv that was lifnei hatzimtzum is still surrounding, and surrounding means it's there, but like we said before, it's there, but not in a pnimis. To everywhere, the entire atzilus, b'ri yitzirah, everything that's in the cholol, after the tzimtzum, you have from the level of the Ein Sof, of Malchus Ein Sof, which is a level of Sevuklah. So this we'll understand more. The meaning of Aremimcha L'Chai, it will exalt you L'Chai Melech. The Pirush Aremimcha, when we say Aremimcha, Koi, that refers to Al Haremimus on the Sevuk Kulam. It goes on the level which is the Remimus, the level that is exalted, the level of Sevuk Kulam. Bein Batzilus, Bein B'Biyah. Say Aremimcha, talking about Sevuk of Biyah, and Soiv of Atzilus. Ubatzilus, Hainu B'chinas Malchus de Ein Sof Atzma. In Atzilus, it's the Malchus of Ein Sof itself. Ubibiyah, Hainu B'chinas Malchus de Atzilus Atzma. Over there, it's Malchus of Atzilus. Koidem sheyored, Ohr Hosofos B'chinas V'mal Kenal. Before it goes down a level of Kenal, Shamei L'chol Rishtal Shel V'shvachas Kenal. So that it shines everywhere equally. Zo Aremimcha L'Kai Hamelach. What does it mean? Pirush. Ma she'Aremimcha L'Kai b'mchinas Haremus v'Yisnasus Li'is b'chinas Seviv. This that I raise you and exalt you, that your level of Seviv. Hainu b'china Hamelach. That is Hamelach. That is the key. Hainu b'chinas Hamelach. Shu b'chinas Pnimius Midas Hamachos. That's the Pnimis Hamachos, the Loi B'chinas Chitzonis Shaba. Ki B'chinas Chitzonis Shaba, Yored L'Hair L'Mata B'Biyah B'chinas Malach. Because the externality of Malchus, that comes down. But this is Hamelach. Aremimcha Elikai, Hamelach, the Melech itself. That's the Pnimis. Because the Chitzonis of it comes down in B'Biyah B'chinas Malachana. Ukmakein B'Atzilus, likewise in Atzilus. And B'chinas Ha'aras HaKav Sh'achar HaTzimtzum. That's the shine of the Kav Echad Simtzum. Shemeir b'chol ha'atzilus b'mchinas Malach Canal, which shines in all of Atzilus in a way of Malach. So now we have here a long a parenthesis over here, where he brings down. Here we're talking about the Hamelach. Basically, we're saying is what is the level of Sevuk Kulam. Whether it's Malchus de Ein Sof or it's Malchus of Atzilus, but that's the level, the exalted level, the Pnimius of Malchus. So it says, if you look at the idea of Aremimcha Melech in Zohar Chelik Beis, in Parshas Me'ered Avchav Chesed Beis, Befarshe, over there he explains Alaliyas V'Remus HaMalchus L'Schaber B'Zoh. That is when Malchus goes up to connect with Zoh. That's Aremimcha Halkai Hamelech, when Hamelech is Meremim from Malchus to Zoh. V'chein b'sidur HaPosuk Aremimcha Halkai Hamelech Mefarish Gamkin, over there it says Remim Bus HaMalchus, to raise Malchus L'Schaber Klolos HaMalchus, to connect General Malchus L'Hamshich Bo Ha'oras HaKesed, to bring down the light of Kesed, the Shana Kesed Shul Malchus de Ein Sof. which is not in the count of Eser Sfiris, the level of Keser. So you're trying to you're raising Malchus. So that also is al derech shenispair posik ve'atli yidnok echado. Over there, l'shon pirush ki adnai zeu mil b'chinas Malchus. And what is koyach adnai? Koyach adnai. So I'm shochem b'chinas Keser arechampi. Yuvan za'oid al pi mashakotsu v'aposik el doidi in izabo b'inyan Malchuscha al pi mashakotsu Inyan Ramo Karni Babiur Apostle Zocher as Yom Shabbos Lakache Drush Hasheni the second Mayim. I'm the Pardes Erechrom Erechyonim Ubezei Archelik Alav Ayeshet Kupal Mit Beis Apostle Yorim Benisa Chulu B'Mikdash Melech Shom. The Ein Zeh Seisel Mashakosu Bezer Va'era. So again, even in the two places that he brings down, in one place in the Zohar, he brought down right in the beginning, in Zohar Chelik Beis and Parsha Edo. Over there it says it goes up to Zoh, Malchus to Zoh, Aremimcha. And in the other places that he brought down, over there it says Malchus goes up to Malchus de Ein Sof. So he said that doesn't contradict. Kam Shochas HaKesed b'Malchus. Boy, this Zoh, because it goes to Zoh, because how does he get the Kesser through Zoh? When she goes to Zerchel, base Parshas, Truma Dav Kuf Mavav Soivam, and base Migash Melech Shom. Vaim is because of the Gamkim, the Ramaskal Katanev. But Al Koponim, over there we're talking about Aliyah Samalchus. Here we're talking about Aliyah to the level Aramimcha Lekai from Biyah to Malchus, or from Atzilus to Malchus Ein Sof. Over here it's explained differently. The Pirush, he explains that Aremim Chalkai HaMelech, what do you mean? That this is to the Hamelech, to the essence of Malchus. The Seviv Klam of Biyah, Zeu in Remes. The Remes is to the Seviv Klam of Biyah. Not Malchus going to Zoh. There is a revelation to this interpretation. The way it's explained over here, over there it says in the Yerushalmi that Kol Bracha she'ein b'Malchus ain't a bracha. If there's a bracha that doesn't have, you don't say Baruch Atah Hashem Elokeinu Melech. You don't say the word Melech, it's not a bracha. Amar Ab Tarchuma, Ano Amre Taima. I'll tell you the reason. Because the pasuk says, Aremim Chalakay Melech. So you have to, if you praise Hashem as be Melech. Upirish, and the meaning is that the Samuch Loi, and next to it says, Baruch Hashem Chol Olam Vod. So you have to say HaMelech when you're going to bless the Eibishter forever. Whenever you make a bracha, you have to say, in Cain, Pirish Aremimcha. So what does Aremimcha mean? The Inyan Haskoras Malchus Ba'abrocha. So that is the raising, is mentioning Malchus in the bracha. That represents the Malchus in its essence. In Kolzeh, Yesh L'chaber Beis HaPirushim, but I think we're out of time over here, and we will connect them.